Hello, my name is Stephen Quinn. I'm in Manchester, United Kingdom, England, and I want to talk to you about ADHD or ADD. Now, it's so difficult, now I'm an adult. If you've got ADHD as a kid, it can be so difficult if you could only know what you could go through. I was a problem where I had problems with maths, English, learning it. I'm not stupid, but I never passed any exams with school. I had problems with friends. The teachers used to scream at me. My school reports. I was always feeling a bit down and miserable, and everything around it. Now, I smashed my head open at 19 years old, Kingston Hospital, Middlesex. Had stitches across my head. Now, this is how it all works with ADHD. What happens is, the cortex is the front of the brain, where all the messages come to and from the brain. It makes you think, makes you act in a certain way. Now, all the messages to and from the brain, they become blocks, or call it, they don't act right with the brain, and things can go wrong. Now, that's all with hyperactivity, how the kids can be feeling a bit miserable and down and depressed. They can be confused and all with it. Now, as an adult, it can be so difficult in the United Kingdom. If I could only tell you, to get a psychiatrist for ADHD, it's like trying to get a gold clock given to you, a multi-million-pound cheque. That's what it's like in the United Kingdom and ADHD on the NHS. Now, if you could only know over the years, 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s, amphetamine, a prescription could be wrote by doctors, a cold, a bad chest, depression, anything from A to Z. Millions of scripts have been wrote out. Everywhere in the music world, we all love Madonna in the music world. That was all around Dexter's Midnight Runners, Dextrin, Come On Eileen, Paul Hardcastle, Vietnam War, all the soldiers to keep awake, 19, Purple Hearts, to sell them in the pubs, Purple Hearts and all with it, amphetamine. The number one stimulant in the United Kingdom is caffeine drinks, Pro Plus, take them, up, don't sleep, keep doing things. It's crazy in the United Kingdom, and with a Class B drug like Dexedrine or Ritalin and Adrenal, it can be so difficult to get one all around it, because the government and the police have got a job to do, and they could only understand how difficult it can be. Because they've got a job to do, and they don't like people who take speed, do they? But let me say one thing about it, that in England, we've got our own laws, but the NHS, I wish mental health around it would give us a bit of help. They're not the best in the world with ADHD as an adult. Now, I'll tell you why. I was prescribed dexamphetamine for many years, starting on 25 milligrams a day, went up to 175 milligrams a day, 31 pills a day on a weekly script, 217 pills a week. I was on that for 15 years. Now, one of the main things about being prescribed Dexedrine, it was by a GP back until 2004 or 5, and then the government said, stop it, no more scripts to write out for amphetamine, only a psychiatrist now, or a drugs team, but they won't even do it now, the drugs team anymore, only a psychiatrist for ADHD. Now, apparently to go private costs about £800, £1,000. Harley Street, London. It's crazy. A waiting list, apparently 3 or 4 years for ADHD as an adult, and then extra new funding and all with it, and you don't get no help from the doctors. The doctor won't help me, so I'm stuck taking the streets, which isn't the best. It's an illegal drug. Sometimes you get side effects where you feel a bit on edge, paranoid. It's not good. I always hide it. I never walk about the streets with it on me. I've never been a dealer in my life, ever. I go somewhere to find a bag of speed for £40. That's how much it cost me, £40 every couple of days. I'm not working. I'm on attention deficit disorder, trying to sort out my DLA and my PIP, but that's another thing with it. A psychiatrist and all with it, they're saying I've not got, but I did have with amphetamine. So anything. 10 years ago, Dexedrine stopped. Now I'm stuck on the streets. So if I was one person, I know as an adult, ADHD. I've not got ADHD, I've not got hyperactivity where I can't keep still. I've got ADD, attention deficit disorder. Now that's the same thing, except we know hyperactivity with it. To stay calm and cool, to be confident, to have thoughts that go round in my mind, to give myself a chance, get my life together, start work again, and my mind all around it. If a psychiatrist could help me in the United Kingdom, not just prescribe a drug like Dexedrine or Ritalin, but help with a psychologist to help me, to build myself up. Ritalin is for a kid under 6 years old and over. That's how Ritalin is. Adrenal is another one, 6 years old and up. Dexedrine is 3 years old and over. 3 years old, 6 years old, and all with it. Cocaine can be another drug, but I'm not interested so much about addiction. I've been through it. I've been to Clouds Rehab with Robbie Williams. I spoke to Madonna on YouTube. I spoke to LaToya. I spoke to Paul McCartney. I've spoke to people all about drugs. Paula Yates from Channel 4. I've lived in Los Angeles 20 years ago. I've lived in New York. I've lived in London. And all about it. I was made homeless 2 years ago and I'm stuck with my dad. And it's a bit of a nightmare. And the doctors won't help me because they're the best ones. But anything from the hospital, anything psychiatrists, no, I'm not a mental case. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not stupid. ADHD, difficult. So if I was a copper and I said to somebody with speed on them, you're going to go away for this, arrested. Right, okay, fair enough. But hold on a minute. If you need something personally yourself to work with yourself, because if you're depressed all the time, it's awful with it. You don't understand how depression works. I feel so down and miserable. They give me antidepressants, Prozac, serotonin, and all with it. They don't work. I'm on another one beginning with them. I'm on Zopiclone to sleep. I've been on diazepam, 30 milligrams a year for 15 years. And I'm on amisulpride. I'm not schizophrenic, just side effects of amphetamine I'm prescribed. So all with it, if you could give me a hand, have a look for me on YouTube, which I'm on, and go Steve Quinn, Quinn, Dexedrine, Dexedrine, and then Manchester, UK, and check it out. And you'll see me there with Ziggy and Zacky and Digby. All the people would have known me.